Out of control spending, that's my mother-in-law's only problem. My husband thinks, just lend her the money. She has no other joys in life. But my savings are dwindling because of my mother-in-law. I can't go on like this. That's when I decided I had to make a sacrifice. My husband. My name is Betty, and I'm 28. John and I have been married for almost 2 years. We don't have kids yet, and we live a laid-back life, just the two of us. John is an office worker, and I primarily handle the household finances. He's a calm guy, never raises his voice or complains to me. His mom is basically a good person. When you hear the phrase mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, you might think of snide remarks and harassment, basically bullying the wife. But my mother-in-law doesn't dislike me or dump household chores on me. She's far from a bully. Still, she has one major flaw. Out of control spending. That's my mother-in-law's only Achilles heel. She can't resist shopping online, making some purchase every single day. Just the other day, she excitedly told me, "Look, Betty, I bought this. They say it's a great supplement for your skin." Again, another supplement. You got something last week too, didn't you? Oh, did I? But this one has great reviews. It was $100 for a month's supply, but it must be effective. $100? For just a month? Isn't that way too much? Well, that's why it must be effective. I have to start taking it right away. Mother-in-law? Her spending is just off the charts. $100 per month on supplements is coming for her. She subscribed to multiple similar products. Unused health gadgets clutter the house. Whenever she buys something, she calls me over to brag about her new purchases. And guess who has to clean up all the boxes and packaging? Me. My mother-in-law uses mail order so much that she doesn't even know what she's buying. She orders so much that even she can't keep track. One day, while cleaning up the boxes, I found multiple duplicates of the same product. Some had already expired. That was the last straw. I had to confront her. Wait a minute. You have 6 of the same thing here. Oh! I remember buying this a while ago. How nostalgic. That's not the point. Half of them have already expired. What a waste. Expired? Oh my, I didn't notice. Well, nothing to do but throw them away. How many times has this happened? If you're not going to use it, stop buying the same stuff. Well, I can't help it. I buy based on inspiration at the moment. Every time I come here, there's more stuff. Even I can't keep track of what I've bought. This kind of spending was driving me to my wits' end. It's so frustrating. She's clearly wasting money and doesn't even realize it. What's more, my mother-in-law lives on a pension. Her husband passed away a few years ago, and now she lives alone. She even spent the small inheritance he left on online shopping. At first I thought, maybe she's just lonely. Lately, she's even started asking me for money. Betty, can we talk? What's going on? Well, money's tight this month. Again? I gave you money last month and the month before. Please, I won't make it until the next pension payment. That's because you buy everything online. Reconsider your spending habits before asking for money. Online shopping is my only joy. I'm at my wit's end with her, but I can't just leave her be. At least review your subscriptions and cancel what you don't need. It'll help. Are you trying to take away my hobbies and make me work in my old age? That's not what I mean. There's just too much unnecessary stuff in this house. Betty, don't be so harsh. How else will you understand? Even today, there's clearly more stuff than before. Well, that's... If you buy your money, it's gone. But there's no point in paying for something you won't use. I'll use it. I bought it because I liked it. How many times have you used that exercise equipment? Have you ever finished a bottle of supplements? Well, I'm fed up with her excuses. Let's be clear. You just enjoy the act of buying. That's why you don't use what you buy and run out of money. Please think about your limits. I understand. I kept trying to convince her, but nothing changed. I decided to consult my husband. John, remember when we talked about your mom's shopping habits? Yeah, she started watching shopping channels a lot after Dad passed away. What about it? She's spending recklessly. She's even started asking me for money. Is she really that strapped for cash? It's not about being strapped for cash. It's about her wasteful spending. What is waste? John may not know because he hasn't actually seen it, but it's really bad, isn't it? There are a lot of expired products lying around the room. My husband sighed. Oh, don't be so stingy, Betty. What? She's lonely since Dad died. If shopping makes her happy, let her be. Wait a minute. I don't mind if she enjoys herself, but do you understand the situation? She's asking me for money. She has no other joys in life. Just lend her some. I couldn't believe he was taking her side. On the contrary, it's implicitly saying, Mom isn't your fault. Just be kind to her. As expected, I was also angry at this. Enough is enough. I've tried talking to her multiple times and it's not working. That's why I'm talking to you, John. Do you get it? Then don't take away her only joy. That's not the point. You haven't been home recently, so you can say that. My husband sighed deeply. Look, I'm tired from work. I don't want to hear my wife badmouth my mom. Badmouth? How is this badmouthing? I'm concerned about her. Then help her out. What? If you're concerned, then lend her some money. Simple. That's not the point. You've always been stingy, Betty. I'm embarrassed to have such an arrogant wife. I felt a surge of indescribable anger. So you're saying her lifestyle is the priority? Fine. I have my own plans. I'll help her out, just as you wish. So I decided to put the plan I had in mind into action. The next day, as expected, she asked for money again. I headed to her house with an envelope containing $300. When I handed the envelope to my mother-in-law, she thanked me with a big smile. Wow, Betty, thank you. $300 is a lot. It's not from me this time. What do you mean? Look at the back of the envelope. Dear Mom, is this from John? Yes, he saved some money. Use it wisely. My plan was to give her the $300 that was supposed to be my husband's allowance for the next month. Of course, I hadn't told him yet. As soon as she took the envelope, she started making shopping calls. Look, Betty, this supplement has royal jelly. It must be effective. I couldn't help but laugh. Look, Betty, this supplement contains royal jelly. Isn't it really effective? I couldn't stop laughing as I watched her. That night, I reported the day's events to my husband. I went to your mom's today and gave her some money. Ah, you did. She must have been happy. Yes, she was thrilled. She said, "For me, from John?" Wait, what? Me? I gave her the $300 that was supposed to be your allowance for next month. What? Are you kidding me? You can't do that. You told me to lend her some money. That doesn't mean you can use my money. He acted as if I was the one at fault. I told my husband clearly. Then what? Should I use my savings to help her? After all the warnings I've given her? This is ridiculous. Calm down, Betty. Calm down? How can I be calm in this situation? I've been patient for so long. And you just say lend her some. If that's the case, you deal with it. Okay, I get it. If you ever take money from my wallet or account again, I won't forgive you. That's grounds for divorce. Handle your mom's issues yourself from now on. That was the first time I had yelled at my husband this much. I was so strong that even I am surprised. I was surprised at how surprised my husband was, and I just stood there. This was the first time I'd yelled at my husband like this. He was stunned. Are you listening? Do you understand? Yes, I understand. After that, I stopped going to her house and ignored any requests for money. Now she started targeting her kind son instead of his cold wife. Every day, calls from her flooded my husband's phone, and he looked increasingly worn out. John, I don't have enough money. What? Again? I just gave you $300. I spent it on royal jelly. How much did you spend? $300. You used all of it? My $300? It looked really effective. You have a pension. Use that. It's already gone. Please, I won't make it. Please, be more responsible with your spending. It seemed like he couldn't take it anymore. One day he said, I'm going to my parents' house, and left. My husband went to visit my in-laws after months just to complain to his mom. But what he found was an overwhelming amount of health gadgets and supplements. What is all this? The room is filled with boxes. Well, you see. No excuses. Get rid of this stuff now. You're taking away an old woman's only joy. I thought you were on my side. Ugh, I can't take this anymore. In the end, he had a huge fight with my mother-in-law and came back home. Seeing the situation for himself, he finally woke up and immediately apologized to me. Betty, I'm really sorry. I was wrong. What? Why, all of a sudden? I didn't realize how bad my mom was until I saw it for myself. You were right all along, Betty. If you understand, that's good, but what are we going to do about your mom? After talking to her today, I realize she won't listen. No matter how much we try to reason with her, she'll keep doing the same thing. Yeah, figures. We spent the night discussing what we could do. A few days later, we confronted his mom. We started organizing all the stuff his mother had bought. What are you doing? Stop it! This is expired, and this too. Ah, this one can be canceled. Good, let's cancel it right away. Don't touch! These are my treasures! Ignoring her pleas, we spent the day organizing and got rid of everything she had hoarded. Then John heads to a thrift store and sells off everything he can. We sold what we could and canceled all her subscriptions. Now, unless she orders something, nothing will be delivered to this house. After we were done, my husband handed her the money we got and said, Mom, we can't deal with you anymore. This is the last thing we can do for you. How could you? Selling my stuff and canceling my subscriptions? Enough. Your wastefulness is affecting us too. Realize what you're doing is throwing money down the drain. We're done. If you still want to waste money, go ahead. Realizing she couldn't rely on her son, she turned to me. Please, Betty, don't abandon me. I'm sorry. I looked at her calmly. There's nothing more we can do for you. Use your pension wisely. No, don't leave me. We left without looking back, while she broke down crying. A mother-in-law who was given up on by her son and his wife, and was told to quit. We've received several messages from her since, but we haven't responded. We have no idea how she's managing now, and frankly, we don't want to know. I feel sorry for her, but I absolutely don't want to be dragged into that kind of trouble anymore. We moved away from the house near the in-laws' house and started anew. My husband has been more receptive to my opinions lately. From now on, we won't have to worry about his mother. No more worrying about her during Christmas or summer vacations. All I wish for now is to live a peaceful life, just the two of us. That's all I want now.